robots are coming, or the concept of digital humans, West worlds of this world. The context of the future is set very, very much by science fiction movies and television shows in Hollywood. So we have this very, very dystopian view of our future, and we have this view that the machines of the future are actually going to be very human-like. But there's some very real challenges to overcome if we want to actually achieve that. Artificial intelligence today has come a long way in the last few years, as you've just heard. Lots of data, lots of increases in computing power. So we're actually having a lot more impact with artificial intelligence in a whole range of fields. But as we think about the future, and the fact that we as humans are going to spend more and more of our time interacting with machines, isn't it going to be helpful for us? Aren't these machines going to be more helpful to us if they're actually more like us? So, the way we think about our technology is actually creating a human operating system for AI. Not just by putting a face on artificial intelligence, but adding that concept of artificial intelligence, which is that very, very essence of human intelligence. So I'm going to go into that in a little bit more detail. So you've heard, I think you've heard about the Moore's law and Intel's law and what that meant to compute power over the last few decades. I'm going to introduce you to a new law. It's called Varian's rule. Hal Varian is the chief economist of Google, and he says you can predict the future based on what rich people have today. So that's a very simple, an oversimplification of it. So if you think about the smartphone, which has been around for just over 10 years, when it first came out, only early adopters and rich people had them. Within 5 years, the middle class had them. Within 10 years, everybody had a smartphone. So it kind of sort of applies in many respects. So we now sit at the beginning of this era of artificial intelligence, this era of digital disruption. And it's going to go across every single industry sector in the world. So one of the things that we think about with the technology that we're building is we sit at this intersection of personalized interaction and specialized knowledge. So if you stop and think about that for a second, if you're a wealthy person, you'll have a private banker. You're a wealthy lawyer, a wealthy investment banker. Your bank will give you a private banker. That private banker provides you with personal service and specialized knowledge. Everybody else, they can use an ATM, they may go into the bank, but it's not personalized service. Imagine a future where every single person in a bank can get through a digital banker, a digital private banker, personal service and specialized knowledge. And that is the beginning of the era that we believe is an opportunity for every company and every brand in the future. So we're already at a point where our real world and our digital worlds are starting to get mashed up together. So on the left-hand side there, anyone know who that is? Lil Michaela. She is a digital character created by an advertising agency in LA. She has 1.5 million followers on Instagram. So, and she is now being employed by luxury brands in the world to advertise their clothes. She's not a real person. She's an Instagram personality. Many people will have heard of Kylie Jenner, the youngest billionaire in the world. She got to be a billionaire by being, one of these brand influencers. Well, Lil Michaela is the first of the digital influencer variety. So that's one way in which the real world and the digital world is getting mashed together. In the middle we have Tupac. Now we all know he died a long time ago, but if you're in the US anytime soon, you can go and see a concert of Tupac, or I think Roy Orbison is also touring holographic concerts. They've been created by getting a body double to perform the role, lip sync, combining that with an audio track, and you can get a virtual concert performance of somebody who's been dead for a long time. But you know, the really interesting thing is you could stand right there and you could jump up and down and scream as much as you like, and that Tupac is not going to look at you, is not going to interact with you in any shape or form. Even that will be possible with our type of technology in the future. And then of course you've got Westworld, and many of you have watched Westworld, one of these dystopian shows that we real human beings seem to like. And the ultimate irony here is we've got real human beings as actors playing these evil robots who we pay to go and have, you know, vacation adventures with. So it's kind of once a little bit warped. But this is another example of the way in which, you know, we're imagining this world of the future. So we live in this world, it's called the robotic economy, it's called the fourth industrial revolution. One of the other ways we like to think of it is this experience economy. As consumers of brands, of products and services, we want to experience those in a completely different way to the way in which we have in the past. But one of the problems we all have is these experiences and interactions are becoming more fake, more robotic, more transactional, and more machine-like. You know, when was the last time we enjoyed interacting with our mobile phone company, or our bank, or our cable TV company? In fact, you know, if we have to call a help desk or a service centre, it's only because we're absolutely desperate. So this concept of personal customer service and customer interaction, while it's incredibly important to us, is something most companies, most brands, in all reality, does really, really badly.